I first fell in love with jazz. It was always playing in the house. And the first record I fell in love with was a Lionel Hampton. It was actually a song called Rag Mop. And it's this really silly song. And I just could tell that these people were having so much fun while they were playing, despite its silliness. And I kind of knew like I wanted to have fun like that too. I started playing violin when I was 4, and after 4 years it was kind of an unwritten rule. We could switch to a different instrument. And then when it was my turn, my mom said, why don't you try out the bass? And these were her 2 reasons. She said, everyone always needs a bass player and you'll make more money because you'll always get work. But as soon as I held it, I kind of knew this was for me. For me, music is kind of why I get up in the morning. I'm really lucky that I like music and I like to play and I like to put projects together because I feel there's endless possibilities with it. Like this record I put out, I ended up putting it out on my own, so I learned a lot about everything, about putting a band together, and I wouldn't have learned that in any other way. So I feel music, as much as I push myself with music, it pushes me right back. Being a musician, especially wherever you live, and I live in LA, you really have to work hard and establish yourself. I take almost every gig that comes my way because I know I'm going to learn something from it. But I just feel like if you're honest with what you're doing, good things will happen. I feel like in jazz music, if you're not playing your own original composition, there's a structure. You have a standard melody. And I enjoy that freedom of kind of like, letting people hear the melody, that's someone else's beautiful melody they wrote, but you can put your own stamp on it. And then when you have an original composition, you really have complete freedom. But I like having this idea of freedom in expressing yourself, but also going across the bandstand and reaching the audience with it. I think my style musically is just, the easiest way for me to put it is just like down home, straight ahead swinging. I like to have a fun time when I'm playing. I just love when the audience is having a good time. And I also like the serious moments of it too, during a ballad or during a solo. Those like unexpected musical moments. I think people are starting to get sick of monotony and this like cacophony of pop music that for some people in that generation it's not speaking to them, so they might as well try something different like jazz that they can really have a relationship with. I'm really surprised and happy with these communities, with these amazing thriving jazz scenes, with how these people have cultivated, musicians in certain towns have cultivated this awesome community of jazz. Again, here in Denver, there's at least 4 major jazz clubs here. And it's almost like every town you go to, it doesn't have to be a major city either. There's people who want to play this music, and that's the key to jazz. If you want to play it, you'll find people to play with. There's always going to be someone to play with.